back to Foster and Grow, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for joining us again. We've got another beautiful plant to present to you today.
Yeah, so today we'll be talking about Crassula Perforata.
And it's also called a string of buttons and Crassula conjuncta. So these are actually out of South Africa again.
A lot of Crassulas from there. Yeah, so in terms of size for these guys, what you'll find is they get to about 45 centimetres tall and about 60 centimetres wide.
So that's 18 inches tall and 24 inches wide. So it does get to be quite a big plant.
Definitely. Yeah, so in terms of the characteristics of the plant, what you can expect is that initially the stems will actually be quite prominent and a little bit like a skyscraper. But what they will do with time, if you give them long enough, is they'll actually start to trail out like you can see just towards the sides here.
Yeah.
Further to that, you can expect that the leaves will be kind of a silvery grey to kind of greenish kind of colour with little bits of red tinging if the plant is receiving enough sunlight.
Yeah.
Further to that, you will also expect that these guys will flower in spring, and they'll have star-shaped white flowers, which are also quite delicate.
Yeah, and they will also tend to cluster quite a lot when they become a more mature plant. So absolutely stunning. Yeah, so in terms of location, you'll need bright filtered light and also ample airflow for this plant. They are cold hardy down to about -7 degrees Celsius.
So that's about 20 degrees Fahrenheit.
However, they don't like prolonged frosts. So if you've got temperatures in your area that don't go below about -1 degree Celsius
Or 30 degrees Fahrenheit.
yeah, you'd be able to put that in more of a range of places in your garden. We've got it potted because we do get multiple frosts consecutively. There are though numerous places that you can put this plant, so you can put it in a hanging basket, you can put it in like a rock garden. So and it does look amazing as a ground cover as well because of its spreading nature.
How much it clusters as well, it's really nice.
Amazing. And then if you've got it indoors as well, depending on where you are, make sure you're getting 4 to 6 hours of light. That's about the only crucial thing inside.
Yeah, and just if you do have it inside as well, it's optimum if you've got it near an east-facing window.
Yes, true.
Yeah, so in terms of plant care for this plant, it's very important for the coloration that you basically put in a position where it receives direct sunlight in the morning, but basically from probably about midday onwards has strong filtered light. This is particularly important for where we are, just because we've got a very hot climate, which gets up to past 40 degrees at some points of the year. Further to that, you'll also want to keep an eye out for etolation. The main reason being just because if you are keeping them indoors, they can stretch out and become quite leggy. If that does happen, just give them a bit of a snip at the top, just to encourage a bit of growth, and then basically move them into a more filtered location.
Yeah, so there are also some pests out there, Jared, that you will need to be aware of with this plant.
Yeah, so in terms of pests, these guys are most susceptible to mealybugs, vine weevils and aphids, but they're relatively disease-free usually.
Yes.
Apart from that as well, we would need to have a look at what kind of soil mixes you're using. So as always, you'd want a well-draining soil. But if you wanted something a little bit more specific, we'd recommend, say, a cacti succulent mix to perlite of a 2-to-1 ratio. Or a sandy mix as well. Both of those work very effectively.
Yes.
And in terms of watering, the main things to consider is that in summer you might be watering up to once a week, depending on how hot your climate is. And in winter you could be watering as little as, say, once a month, or even less if you're getting a bit of rainfall.
Yeah, we always say check the soil, check the leaves. Very simple way to find out if it actually needs some water. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we might push on to a bit of propagation now.
Yeah, so when it comes to propagation, there's 3 different ways you can actually do it with this plant. So you've got via a leaf cutting, a stem cutting, or also via division when your plants get a bit more mature. So by division, we mean you'd actually dig down a little bit, find a stem that's actually rooted, and just divide that off of the rest of the plant. So that way you'd have a much more mature plant already, much larger, you won't have to wait. With the other two options, if you've got a leaf cutting, you would just let that callus, which takes about a week. You'd leave it on a windowsill or maybe in a greenhouse, as long as it doesn't get direct light. It takes about a week to heal over, and then within a month you'll get roots. Fingers crossed.
And we might throw a picture up of that as well, just so
yes.
they can see what that looks like.
And yeah, Jared's actually just going to turn this around now and show you, because we do have a stem cutting that's already gone into the pot.
So we had some quite extreme propagation happen for us, where a bit of hail damage took off a section of the plant, which you can probably see here.
Yeah.
And what we did with that one, as Gareth was kind of touching on before, is we put that on the windowsill for just like a week or so, let it start to take and put a few roots out, and eventually planted it.
It's so simple, who would have thought, the hail damage would have actually done such a good thing. Extreme propagation, I guess. But yeah, very, very easy to propagate these plants.
Yeah, so just a couple of interesting tidbits about this plant, guys. First of all, it's thought to be non-toxic, so just a good consideration to have if you have dogs, cats, kids, anything like that. Further to that as well, more about the Crassulas as a whole, is that this species has basically got over 200 different varieties. So you can see a Tetragona here, a Variegata here, a Golem, and just a Crassula Perforata. So that's just a few of them, but there's actually over 200 of them. And even more interestingly, about 150 of those come from the East Cape of South Africa. Almost exclusively. So just a very cool set of plants.
Amazing, so that'll wrap it up for us today. If you do like the videos, make sure you subscribe, like and comment, and we'll be bringing you another beautiful plant very, very soon.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.